And we should now be live. Good evening, everybody. Bear with me one moment. Just going to check OBS is going okay. It is excellent. And hello and welcome to the usual Sunday live stream. Hello Fallout, hello Ecats, Wubby is here, Jacob is here, Rory is also here, Bayer Studios is here. Thank you everyone for tuning in on this Sunday evening. And yes, I've already done some starter work initially to this aquatic park. Now, the very first sandbox park I properly finished for this game was a fully aquatic park. So, given all the updates we've had to the lagoon system since that very first sandbox park I did ages and ages ago, which I did even before the aquatic decorations and such, I think it's about time to rebuild it. So what am I going to do with this particular park? Well, this is sort of, this is the pre-entrance entrance, so technically this is officially the entrance to the park here, through this gap in the wall. So this is all going to be decorative. And you can see I've already established a, there's going to be a truck route running along this central raised ridgeline, heading to the big exhibit, which is the amphitheater, which is going to be, you know, on the coast with the sea behind it. And I haven't 100% decided what's going to be in here. I'm trying to make up my mind between Dunkleosteus and Chronosaurus. I think it might be the Chronosaurus, though. I think we'll use Dunkleosteus elsewhere. There's going to be 2 dinosaur exhibits, one on either side of this amphitheater. You can see I've already decided where I want my other aquatic lagoons to be. And down here, over here, we're going to make this into one giant supersized aviary for some pterosaurs. But the main aim is going to be the lagoons. We're going to decorate them nicely and we're going to spend lots of time on them. Just a quick message, if anyone does intend to donate in the form of super chats today, please do not donate using YouTube system, because I won't be able to get any of the donation because Google is messing me about. So you'll see that there is a PayPal link in the pinned comment on the top. And if you do donate through that, just let me know so that I can say thank you, make your message really noticeable with some emojis or something. But yeah, so we're going to get started. Seeing how this is an aqua park, is it just marine or like Spino and Dinocaris? So I haven't decided on the dinosaurs I'm going to put in here yet. But they will probably be something relatively small and easy to look after. There's a tapping on your mic. Yes, I do apologize. I was just moving it around a bit to get it into the right position. I do apologize. Right, so I'm thinking about what's going to go down here first of all with this first lagoon. This is going to form sort of a centerpiece roundabout, so they're going to be able to access the truck stop here. And there's also going to be a few shops around here. I've already put in the gift shop down here. This is our color scheme, by the way. We're going for the park. We're going to use this light blue with this sort of dark yellow and light orange, and the lights are sort of a bright orange too, if in the dark. So, first lagoon, and I think we want it to be something that's reasonably simple. I don't like how off-center that is. So let's try again. Hello, Saurian. I think the gallery should be at this end. And if we move it this way slightly, Because we're going to have a flat surface, obviously, wherever we put the gallery. So it would work quite nicely if it was here, I think. Where is the gallery? It is there. No, maybe not. Let's actually angle snap it. That looks like it's relatively in line with that. So there can't be too close to the tour ride stop. I think that just about would give us enough path to use. Yeah. There we go. I've just realised I have 120 hours on Team Fortress 2. That's a lot of time on Team Fortress 2, Barger. I will probably put Ichthy in here, although I am also thinking that maybe Archelon might be nice, since it's our first exhibit. And I mean, the layout of these lagoons I'm not 100% on, so I might, you know, we could add a second lagoon here if we want to. So, path-wise, I want to kind of stick to this coloration. So the main path is this light red, and we use the grey for extra features, and we use the brown for sort of guest areas. That's the sort of colour scheme that I want to go for here. So I'm just going to line that like so. I think maybe we could... I think we're going to be careful with this area here, because I don't want there to be too many paths. Just want to curve this round. Damn. It's so difficult to get the curving correct sometimes. That's reasonably okay. And considering some parts of this will be flat anyway, where we put the feeders and such, doesn't really matter, there's a few rough edges. Fletcher, my most played class is Spy with 8 hours 10 minutes. See, I love the idea of the Spy class in TF2, I just can't play as Spy because it's too... I just don't know how you're supposed to ever get anything done as Spy. I suppose the inevitable line there is get good, but I was never very good. Okay, so that's okay, and that's a little annoying that that's going to do that. There you go. And then these areas, I think we will just fill with grey path, I think. Excellent. Good. And we can use those for guest plazas as well. So difficult to get the curving, meanwhile console players. Yes, I'm aware that it's very, very difficult on console players to do that. How did I do that so perfectly? Just practice. A lot of practice by studios, that's for sure. It's not just for lagoon animals, chinchillas, but that's going to be the primary focus of this park. Don't mind Dane dying in the background. I'm going to have that crossing there in grey, because this is like a different route. We'll fill that with vegetation, same with that bit over there. No, you know, you know what? I'm going to curve this. Why are you curving that so weirdly? It doesn't need to be that much of a curve. It's almost like that, but okay, let's put that there. And curve. That's a little nicer. Thank you. Can we get another one of those? Just there. I swear that the path tool in this game is sort of worse and less well behaved than it ever was in the first game, which is really saying something. Okay, that will do. And then what we can do is we can continue to curve this this grey path. We can actually continue to curve round and connect it up here. So that works. Sorry, I am trying to keep an eye on chat, but you are very busy this evening. And yes, Fallout is our new moderator, so do be nice to him. He hasn't done a lot of YouTube stuff before, so he is sort of learning everything at the moment. Right, so our first species, and I think for the Archelon, let's obey those rules I was telling you all about. So we're going to put it directly opposite. We're going to put some trees or something behind this, because that will hide also some of the truck tour from this lagoon gallery. So let's do that now. Probably bushy trees are in order. So we'll probably put in some of these European ones, something a little taller than that. Yep, that'll do. Two of those, one of those, one of these, And just for a little different color, we'll put in an orange one down here as well. Gonna sink a couple. Oops, no, we're not. Gonna sink some of these down into the ground a little bit, just to give us a bit of height difference here. Because I don't want them all at the same height, because it'll look a bit strange. That's better. And there you go. So we made sure that this lagoon gallery doesn't just keep having a view of that all of the time. And we're also going to hide the fish feeder using a fountain, I think. Or did we go with the trees, actually? No, I quite like the idea of using these, actually. So, we're going to make sure we can get it nice and straight, that is. And then we're going to use Kyodenics mod to alter the height and... Whoops. So this is a problem with Kyodenics mod at the moment. It doesn't seem to be very well behaved at times, as you can see. It's a lot harder to place some things down in the lagoons than it used to be. That's straight-ish. Yeah, that's okay. I quite like the effect there. Just gonna have a quick look at chat. You installed the accurate dunk mod, Barger. Ah, that's disappointing. Barger got the small snappy fish, says eCats. And hello, Neron. Right, so surrounding decorations elsewhere, I don't want to go too heavy. I am going to place down a fountain here. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. I do like there to be some movement in the lagoon. I just don't want to waste too much space, since this is only our single lagoon section. You know, what we could actually do... What we could do is, where are... Where's the long... There it is. What I'm going to do is just place a couple of these down. Yeah, that's nice. I like how that looks. Gives us just a little bit of colour in here. Right, Archelon obviously needs the rock habitat thing, so we'll place one of those in there. I think I'm going to place it sort of in the center, maybe, or I don't know. Actually, I quite like the idea of placing it a bit towards the back. No, it doesn't have to be directly center. Place it a little behind the back. Now that Kyodenics' mod has been updated, we can actually decorate this now. So, let's see. Let's put in... a couple of plants there. Let's grab our tropical triple palm. I'm going to place one of those there with a banana palm there, and we're just going to grab that banana palm and we're going to sink it down. There we go. And then we're going to do something similar over here. Now, place down another banana palm. We're going to grab it, and with Gydenix mod, we're going to sink it down. There we go. This palm here, we're also going to sink down a bit, just a little bit. As well as this, we're just going to sink that down a bit, just so it's like almost in the water. That's good. And I think maybe one other tree or something. Maybe one of these, sort of here. Maybe hanging over. I quite like the idea of it hanging over, actually. So we're going to place it down, we're going to grab it, and we're going to tilt it and twist it slightly. There we go. That looks good. See, now that has taken me barely any time at all. And I don't understand why Frontier thought a just blanket bare piece of rock was acceptable, because that looks so much nicer. Like, it fits in with the environment, it looks more interesting. Why not do something like that, Frontier? I mean, come on. Chinchillas, this is going to be for the Archlon, so I will need some skins in a minute. What shall we do for the inside of the lagoon? What sort of environment shall we have for the lagoon inside? Corals, says Ecats. I say a reef, says Neuron. Corals it is, then. What I'm going to do is we're gonna center the coral reef around this pillar. So I want to hide the pillar as much as I can. So we'll use a few tool ones to hide that slightly. And then I'm going to place down just a couple of those. Couple of those. We'll place down a couple with the rocks, just to break up the coral a bit. And we'll place down another... where is the bubbly fault line on? Place down just a couple of these, just for some movement. There we go. That's going to be our main reef. Like I said before when we were doing the lagoon tips, don't build a reef for the whole thing, but what we are going to do is I'm going to kind of create like a bit of a mini reef over here. Just to give us another little bit of reef action. No, just a mini one. Just to fill up some of the space. The camera in the lagoon does suck, I agree. I wonder if there's a cereal brand called Coral Reefs. That would be a really good name for a cereal brand, Glitz. Especially if it was really brightly coloured, like Sugar Loops or whatever they're called. That really horrible American cereal that's basically sugar. See, Wubby, I don't see why they don't do that as an option, as a sandbox play option, like remove hitbox option. Like, it can't be that difficult to do. Right, so we're just going to add in some lighting here. Just for effect. Gonna do it here as well. I'm just going to make it a different type of lighting. Good. Let's change the colors of these lights. Fruity pebbles, you mean? Yeah, they're disgusting. Fruity Pebbles. So we're going to go with pink. We're going to go with a blue. This backlight we're going to go with a kind of a green, and this one here we're also going to go with a green. Yeah, I like that. And then here we're going to go with like an orange, pink, and slightly different blue. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks good. Right. I'm going to save because I know that this particular update and patch has been really prone to crashing. And actually, I'm going to quit to main menu, and we're going to go and find some nice skins for the Archelon. It's probably because literally every console would explode. That is a good point, Jacob. I wanted to watch Prehistoric Planet, but I do not have Apple TV. I wish I didn't still have Apple TV. I've tried to cancel my subscription 3 times, which reminds me I need to ring them up. Okay, so Archelon. And I'm just going to get a notepad file up so that I can make a note of the skins we want to use. So, question 1. Should our Lagoon Park do male and female coloration, or should we just assume they're all one gender? Some yes, some no. Chinchillas says male and female. Wabi says male and female. We should do it for both. I think doing it when and where appropriate, I think works. I think for Archelon, we could definitely do male and female skins. So we need to figure out how we're going to do the male and female dimorphism. I don't really want to just do patternless for the females and patterned for the males here, because I think that's a bit of a cop-out. So we will use patterns on both. We'll just be quite careful with the main skin color. So let's start by picking out a main color for the males. Black and red. Black and red is nice for the males. But I want to go with something that's a little more sort of sea. I don't think black and red is a bit brutal for that. See, I really like that being the female coloration, and then we could do that as the male. So we've got 2 different sort of shades of that blue. I mean, we could also do something like that for the males and that for the females. That would also work. Let's do Amazon rainforest and I mean, Amazon rainforest and Calcorana I think works quite nicely. What do you folks think? Hello, Dino Mommy. Okay, so this is our male skin then. So, Amazon rainforest and Calcorana for the males. And then for females, I think we could just switch the pattern and the shell color. So if we switch to black for the females and switch it to, let's see, which one is closer? See, there's actually 3. There's basically 3 kind of color fonts for this. I think the Killian Mountains is probably the closest I would go with. Yeah, Bias says Killian. Chinchilla says Killian. Okay, so the females will be Killian Mountains and Porkrana for the females. Excellent. And let's do one, like, something, a unique mutation. So maybe an albino? How close could we get an albino? Let's... How... We don't really have a white one, but we could make this the albino, since it's really pale. So if we do that one and give it the white, that could be our albino. Or Bias says a pure black one, a melanistic. Let's do a melanistic, since that would probably work better. We'll do melanistic with yeah, let's just do like Yukon River with Rana. So this is like a purely melanistic one that's kind of come out a bit different. Or should we just go no pattern? Let's just do no pattern, actually. Yeah. So let's do Yukon River, no pattern, and this is our melanistic one. And obviously we'll have just one of those. Right, let's go back to main menu. The black one looks like a leatherback. Sort of. I mean, leatherbacks aren't actually black. They're sort of a purplish hue. So actually, if you want a leatherback effects, you're probably better off going with one of the purple or purplish skins. Okay. So let's manufacture these. So Amazon rainforest with Calcorana is our male. And we're just gonna... a bit antisocial. So let's make them quite sociable. Yeah, these don't really matter to me at the moment, but let's make them a bit more sociable. And the females, we were going to do Gillian Mountains with Porkrana, weren't we? And again, we'll make the females sociable, and then what we'll do is that melanistic one we'll make slightly more unsociable, just to make that one unsociable. Oh man, I can't wait for Kyodenic to update his better sandbox mod so that we can have instant stuff. Social and social. We'll have 2 males, 2 females, and then we'll obviously do the one let's try that again. The one menalistic one. So Yukon River with no pattern, and we're going to make this guy antisocial. Jacob is an Archelon confirmed. Antisocial and unfit. There we go. That sounds like an abnormality right there. Right, let's get these guys in the pool, as it were. Let's whack it on fast forward so that we can actually get these. Is it me, or do these helicopters in JWE2 take longer to do stuff than they used to take in JWE1? Like, it feels like they take a lot longer to do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Archimon to the park.
I mean, I think 5 is maybe a bit much for a lagoon of this size, but it's manageable. It's manageable.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Archimon to the park.
Bomb. So from what I read, Archelon were obligate carnivores, so that means they lacked the required sort of gut and such to digest anything other than meat. Whether what meats they actually did feed on, though, is open to some debate. Some people think fish, but there are some paleontologists who don't think Archelon was capable of kind of catching up with fish and hunting fish actively, so they think it's more mollusks and jellyfish and squids, that sort of thing. I think it's probably a case that Archelon ate whatever it could catch. You know, it wasn't particularly fussy. As most sea turtles are these days, they're not particularly fussy. Like, green turtles will eat coral, they'll eat mollusks, they'll eat fish if they can catch them. Octopus, sea anemones, sea urchin. Most marine turtles these days are not particularly fussy. There's our first Archelon. Shall we? I'm not going to name every animal in the park, but we'll name these Archelons. So let's have our male Archelons first. So let's have some names for our males. Delconiger. I don't understand. Is that a reference to something? Michelangelo. Bobby Leonardo. Let's go. Since Fallout is our moderator, he gets first. So Bobby. And what's our second male going to be called? Leonardo, Flib, Raphael, Archelon Ferdinand. Joseph Stalin. No, we'll have no Stalins. Tommy. I like Tommy. We'll go with Tommy. Let's have some female names. Joseph Ballin. I like that. Floppy, says Saurian. Floppy. And our second female. Ray Megaton. Gamera. I like Gamera. Let's do Gamera. And our melanistic. So this animal could be male or female, so it doesn't matter. Pandora. Love it. Oops. Whoops. Can I click on the right one? Thank you. Pandora for our melanistic one. Lovely. all swimming over each other. Yeah, I think probably with Archelon, a lagoon this size, we're probably going to be, I would say 3 at a max. I think 5 here is too many. If you're going to use a single lagoon piece for an Archelon, 3. And maybe expand it by 3 for each lagoon piece. I think 5 is a bit much here, but you know, I've not used the Archelon yet in building parks, so this is a learning experience. Oh, Bobby has come for a rest. Nice. Look at that. Masses of people already in the park. So, I do need to think about where I'm going to put food and drinks. So let's think about food first. I quite like the idea of there being food here. And then we can give them a bit of a frontage. Maybe there. Maybe just... don't know, actually. What about here? I suppose it would work if we put them here, actually. Like, we could have the food and the drink on this side. Let's stick with the small ones for the moment. Fletcher, rate my pyro secondary scorch shot. I hated that. You know, when I used to play TF2, I hated the pyro's flare gun thing. I died so often to it. I thought it was the most broken thing. Have you used the rock platforms on the Sierra Nevada map? I haven't, Saurian, so I don't know whether they appear to be covered in snow. My bet is I bet they're not. So we're going to put one food, one... I can't decide, actually. Okay, we'll put one food building there. Yeah. Let's... so, concrete with party. Go with that. We're going to place it on that side. We're going to change it to that. Going to have those, and we'll make it a fish well. And then our first drink place we'll put next to it. And again, we're going to change this around a bit. And I'm just going to grab this with Kyodenic. What? Freeform, thank you. And we're just going to move it across a bit. Nice. So it looks like it's one building section. And then we're going to place down tables and chairs. Okay, what if we change the position of that? Okay, and what if we then change the position of this? Okay, what if we change the position of this one? Bugger. Okay, and what if we grab this and just pull it out slightly? Yeah, that works. Happy with that? That looks good. Can we do dunk next? I don't know where the dunk is going to go yet, though. I don't know if it's going to be our main attraction or not. Quetzal or Hapsigopteryx? Probably Hapsigopteryx, only because it has... I think I prefer the sort of the crest and stuff on the Hapsigopteryx to Quetz. I do want to sort out this sort of back piece here. So we're just going to give it a straight line chunk there. then we're just going to give this a bit of a backing. Like that. Good. And then we're just going to fill the rest of this area with vegetation. Once the statues mod has been updated for the new game version, I'm going to be placing some statues of dinosaurs and stuff in here. So this won't be what it finally looks like, but for the moment it's what we have to go with. So obviously the aim will be that the statues will kind of look over or look through these gaps in the fence. Same with over here. Fletcher, did you know that T-shirt actually stands for Tyrannosaurus shirt? I did. And I always call my T-shirts Tyrannosaurus shirts. Fletcher, TI 6.5 when? What do you mean by that, E-Cats? I'm confused what that actually means. Fletcher, the statues mod works. Does it? I will have to test that. Because I didn't think it was working. Fletcher, named the restaurant TMNT's cousin. Oh, you mean the rat? I don't know anything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm afraid. Just do it, says Jacob. I don't know the name of their cousin, Jacob. Yeah. Oh, the aisle. I've been having a lot of difficulty getting into servers because they're also full at the moment. So it has been quite difficult. E-Cats. Master Splinters Resort. I think we can call it Splinters. And we'll call the place next door the same thing, so it looks like it's just one building. Right. So let's continue this around. Let's actually... So one of the things I've got to remember is I've switched path coloration here. So maybe I should switch coloration here now. What we'll do is we'll just kind of try and make it look a bit like a shell effect. So we'll have the grey still here, but we'll have it fading off into the new color. No. I hate that. We'll just stick it to... We'll just keep it as grey until... Oh my god, I can't get the curves. Let's turn on custom length. That should be... Let's make it a little bit longer, because that'll make it easier. that's almost it. That's better. Yeah, my curves just are not working. Which is a surprise, because usually my curves work every time. Obvious joke there, if anyone gets that. Right. Excellent. 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 We'll do something with like a fountain or something here, I think, just to fill up that area. So, Fletcher, in this park, you can't tell me that Moser rolls are not at the sushi restaurant. I love the idea that all the sushi is named after prehistoric animals. I think that would be really cool. Thank you, Elite Omega. Hope you have a good day too. Where are all these guys going? Are you walking all the way up to the amphitheater? You're mad, people! That's a very long way. And there's nothing up there yet for them to see. Of course, I haven't told them that. The truck passes over the middle, right? So as long as... They're just a bit too long. Damn. Oh, would the truck actually fit through that? I am actually curious. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk that. I think what we'll do is we'll use plants instead of planters. Or trees? How about trees, actually? Trees would work. Do we have something that's a nice-ish tree? That's a nice-ish tree. Yeah. Okay. That works. And we can use like some of these high planters, just fill in the gap there. I'm happy with that. I think that looks all right. Let's place down a couple of rocks. And let's just do some... Oh, that is literally in the path of the... Oh wow, that's a really tight turn they've got that going on there, haven't they? Jesus. Let's change that. That's nicer. Blimey. I was making them do a really bizarre turn. That's better. Good. I think maybe we'll get rid of that one. Yeah, that's better. CFC, Cretaceous Fried Cryo. Ugh. Please name a dunk Chunkleosteus. We will name a dunk Chunky once we put the dunks in, for sure. Fletcher, name the gift shop Uwe's Treasures. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. Whoops. Why are you? Thank you. Uwe's treasures. So yeah, we'll put like a fountain or something here. And then obviously we need to keep people from sort of walking into the traffic. So again, I'm just going to place down a couple of building sections. And then we'll place down some more of those lovely trees. And we will probably do the same over here, but just because I haven't quite done that side of the map yet, we won't touch it for the moment. Now, I feel like the grey path will continue around here until it eventually sort of meets up. Like that. Like that. Something like that. Don't like how much of this there is here, though. What's happened here? I have to do a little bit of path tidying up because these have all gone a bit weird. Bugger. Ah, I hate the pathing tool in this game. It's this bit here. It's okay. Let's tidy this. Let's sort this out. Right. Because this is... That's better. That's better. Two. And this one just has to connect down here. There we go. That's better. Fletcher, have I ever played Red Dead Redemption? I have played Red Dead Redemption. I wasn't hooked on it. I generally don't really like games like Grand Theft Auto and that. It's just not my style of game. So Red Dead didn't really manage to grip me. I know that Fallout, if he's still here, really likes Mad Max, which is basically kind of like the same thing. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if instead of connecting it over this side, we actually drop the terrain level around this. So that this is actually on a higher plane. Like we could just thicken up this length of the circle. And actually, just to keep the effect going, I'm gonna fill the rest of this in with grey. Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, that works, actually. I'm happy with that. And then if we thicken up this section... So that's a bit weird. It's a bit bizarre. Why is it doing that? And then maybe make it a different height. I really do. Oh, there we go. There's Fallout confirming. It does look a bit like Nautilus shell. It's not brilliantly, but a little bit like it. We need a no path clipping mod. Unfortunately, the path clipping isn't really it's not a problem. It's it's not really like something they can do. I don't even think there's a way of fixing it, to be honest. I'm not sure how you would even go around stopping it from doing that. Okay, so if we lower this. Maybe up to about that point. Yeah, something like that. And then this, so this section of lagoon will be lower than the rest of the park. Up to about there. That's good, I think. Whoops. My monitor is wanting to shut down. No, you don't. Okay, Neron, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you later. Can we get a dunk named USS Dungwall? Let me write these down. Dunkleosteus names. USS Dungwall. Chonk. Leosteus. Dunk truck. Dunk truck. Funkleosteus. I think given, I mean, if we do have the dunk over here. Okay, let's decide on what's going in our the big amphitheater. Are we going to do Chronosaurus or are we going to do Dunkleosteus? Dunk, says Barger. Dunk, says Fallout. Bias, says Team Chrono. Dunk, says Saurian. An enclosure like that is only fit for the king, such as the dunk. Okay, we'll do this amphitheater bit then. So we're going to have Dunkleosteus here. I want to just make this look a little bit more decorative. So let us start by putting in... I mean, I think the flaming obelisks, it's, you know, considering it's a dunk, we've got to have the flaming obelisks. I'm always tempted to put actually, would a monorail work? Monorail piece work here? Guests. Monorail. Oh man. It won't create the archway. I want something in the middle that'll, you know, look really cool and distinctive. Ooh, I know what we could put in there. If it's long enough to fit. It might not be long enough to fit. Yeah, no. I think that would look pretty cool. What do you think? Perfect, says BIOS Studios. Yes. Right. So if we place that there, and then if we just, if it's long enough to fit, Fletcher 2023. Yes, okay. We place in some, I want to say traditional rocks, but correctly, I think it's correctly colored rock is probably closer to the term. Just to hide that off a bit. Could also do with doing that similar, because actually you can see these are actually floating. So if we just grab some of these and just do this. Do the same over here. Nice. We can put some vegetation stuff around this. Put some vegetation around the log gallery. But now they actually, you know, they can have a view. And I'm hoping that there's enough surrounding space around the rest of the lagoon that the dunks should be able to just swim around the hitbox of the log gallery. So they should just be able to swim under the amphitheater sides. That's the theory. We'll see if it works. Right, let's continue putting down some vegetation. So let's do some big bushes. Let's put down some like really bushy. Actually, let's not put down big trees here. I want it to kind of feel like they've actually opened these gates in order to get the dunks actually in. So I don't want to put down too many things that would kind of naturally be in the way. Where is that? Yeah, won't allow us to actually put anything in, but it doesn't have to be too heavy on the decoration. Just some light decor. Same thing over here. Just a few smaller trees. Actually, let's no, let's sort out the decoration for over here. So let's have some palms. Triple palms are nice. Let's have some taller ones. Let's have some bent ones. And then let's just put in like a couple of coverage plants, like the banana palms. Good. Oh, eat your heart out. That looks great, I think. I think that looks really good. I am well happy with how this has turned out. Did you know that Overwatch has been driven to extinction? Yes, well, that's because Overwatch's 2 development has gone down really bad. They won't be able to swim under the log via Studios because the log has a hitbox that goes all the way down, pretty much. I mean, I suppose we'll find out whether the hitbox actually applies to the aquatics or not, won't we? I do like having just something for the lagoon feeders to like rest on. Right, what sort of environment shall we have for the Dunkleosteus? Underneath the waters. I mean, I still might put a lagoon viewing dome in here. I'm not 100% sure yet. Hydrothermal vents, rocky rocks and smokers. Volcanic Saurian. Okay, what we'll do is we'll create a volcanic... I think we'll do like a volcanic vent-like arrangement, but we'll have it sort of be between the lagoon feeders. So we'll have one set of vents there, one set of vents here. And then what we'll also do is we'll put in like a sunken boat here, just for a little bit of interest. But we'll have it be like on top of another patch of smoky vents. I think that works. Hey Fletcher and people in chat want to know the idea of the world of the game I'm making. Sure, Burger. Underwater Iceland. As in the country Iceland? Okay, so this red, orange, red, red, orange, orange, yellow, red. I mean, we've got plenty of space if we want to put a lagoon viewing dome in here. We could place the dome like on this side. We've got a lot of space. Right, let's save this again. Okay, we are going to have 4 Dunkleosteus. And the 4 Dunkleosteus we're going to have, they're going to have a unique skin for each dunk. So let me just get this dunk skin. Oops. Dunk skin 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's have a look. What resolution do you play JWE on? Mine is a standard 1980 by 1020 1080p monitor. I don't really see the point in getting anything bigger. Plus with... So I do have to wear glasses. I have a lazy eye. So resolutions that are really too big can make my eyes hurt quite quickly. So for me, 1080 does just fine. I don't need 4K resolutions and all sorts of other shit. Okay, so Fallout says black and green. Let's see if we actually can do that. Dunkleosteus. So there's the black, and I mean, probably that one is going to be about as green as we could directly have it Fallout. Close enough. So, Svalbard and Papurana. Bias says Sonoran Desert with Pelophylax. I'm not sure I like that one. Not sure on that combo. Let's have a look at some others. San Diego Paleozoic Marine Life. It is a bit of a mouthful, Jacob. First skin and first pattern is the best. Oh, actually, Sonoran Desert and Rana works quite nice. I like that one. Okay. Sonoran Desert and Rana. I think someone else suggested black with yellow. So we've already got that skin. Quillian and the darkest pattern. No, I think Quillian works quite well with this blue, actually. Let's go with that one. So, Quillian Mountains and Pelophylax. And let's have a look at... let's go for something that's like really different. I love that green. I think that one, so this green with Pulcrana. So Gambia River Basin and Pulcrana. I really want us to have marine vegetation. Yeah, so I think it's the next big thing they need to do with the lagoons. Like, I know Evo wants us to be able to alter the height of the lagoon. Just based on how the lagoons work, I don't think that's something that's even doable. But adding brushes that we can use to put vegetation in there, or giving us some vegetation we can place in there as decorative items. You know, I don't see why in terms of the lagoon decorations, we've just got rocks and coral. Why not give us like rocks with kelp or rock archways or bigger rocks that we can place in the lagoon? Like, there is stuff that we could have here. Okay. Let's go get our dunks. Svalbard and Paparana. Sonoran Desert and Rana. Quellian Mountains and Pelophylax. And Gambia River Basin and Pulkrana. There we go. Let's just fast forward that so it gets actually done. Quite like the fact of just having a random aggressive one in there just for a bit of laugh. Let's have a couple of aggressive ones. Hello JacksonZilla13, welcome to the stream. Oh, wow, they've got a long way to drop these off, haven't they? A Dunkleosteus? They look so silly. It's a fish out of water, quite literally. Hmm? Hatching 2? Should only be the one. Oh well, that dunk will have to stay in there because I'm not releasing it. I wish you could just cancel it at this point. I just don't understand why it doesn't let you. I mean, we can always have another Dunkleosteus preserve somewhere, I suppose. Make a land dino now. Well, there's no such thing as a non-land dino buyers. You hatch them, you release them. Well, I suppose that is the rule. Could always sell them, I guess. Also, it looks like they will actually swim underneath the log viewing gallery. Look at that. Right, so I know that Fallout wanted his one to be called Dunk Truck. We'll call this one USS Dunk. We've got, whoops, press the wrong button. This is Chunkleosteus. And this one... we need one more name. Funkleosteus the Rock. Slam Dunk. Dings Fish. Slam Dunk. Choppy. A sick, nasty dunk. I mean, given the teeth on it, I'm going to call him Dunkula. But it does look like they're it does look like they're capable of swimming. Ah, that's interesting. It does look like they're capable of swimming from one lagoon to the other, but it counts as separate territories, which is an interesting point. I'm curious to see if they're going to use both shark feeders or just the one. Kind of hanging around mostly in the middle, aren't they? Strange that they're not swimming over closer. I just want to wait until they start using the fish feeders just for... I'm pretty sure they need to eat. What would it be like if the game had marine vegetation? Oh, it would be a lot better. And they do. They really like being around the log. Well, this dunk looks like it's getting in place to... Whoop. So he's gone to that one. Looks like these dunks are going to the other one. Got to get ready for a photo opportunity, I think. Ah, I can't. I can't because I've dared to use the... I've dared to use the skin previewer. They really do, like, throw themselves at this thing. Well, I'm glad they use both of them, that's good, and obviously you'd get quite a view from here-ish. I mean, that's in the way, but you'd definitely get quite a view. And you'd see them through the windows, like, you'd look over and you'd see them down below. Like, it would be better if this was see-through on the bottom, but that would definitely be a good place to watch the dunks from. Hello, TurboSoul. Fletcher shows a transport rating. There's probably no transport rating. Transport rating 22%. If the bottom was glass, you would give everyone anxiety. But that's the point. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to just like have a clear floor here, and you'd be looking straight down into Dunkleosteus doom? Oh, this guy's just gonna nommed his shark. I'm just glad they can swim around the whole thing. That works well, I think. So, what to do with this area over here? Because we've got about 20 minutes left, so I think we could probably do one more area. So actually, I think the terrace... Let's kind of lay out the pterosaur area. What I want to do is kind of phase the aviary building blocks into the surrounds. So... Oh, it's not outside buildable area. You should be able to do that. It bugs me that I can't. Oh, that's very annoying. Ugh. No, not happy with that. Have you not got the expanded maps model? Was that not ported to JWT? It has been exported to JWT, but it hasn't been updated for the new expanded versions of the maps like this one. Because this is not standard San Diego. This is the expanded San Diego. That's a little better. I still think some of these hitboxes are a bit balked, but actually, you know, that I'm reasonably happy with, actually. We'll just... roughen it up a bit and smooth it out a bit. And then if we stick some of the good old ginkgos around, Yeah, you know, I'm satisfied with that. I don't think that's too bad. It'll do. Let's just finish off this area down here as well. I want to get the map into a reasonable condition so I can take some screenshots and start planning the next exhibits, really. I think this exhibit down below is going to probably be the dinosaurs, because I want people to be able to stand up here and see them. I might make them share with something. Maybe Nothosaurs and Styxo, since they're both bioluminescent. Yeah, because like if the lagoons are reasonably close to this wall, like you'd be able to see them, and then with the Styxo, obviously we could have the domes down in there. I think it sounds good, Burger. Very detailed. Let's do these guest areas down here. I'm going to leave this guest area to sort of towards the end. I just want to get these areas done. So let's put in... Nice. Yes. And we want a decoration for the center. That's a tad big. Something like that? Okay, this one for here. Where are the rock ones? darker? Oh, that's good. And that's how I lost my medical license. I think that blue works quite well. Jurassic World plot, dinosaurs are not interesting anymore, give them big fish. I hate the plot of Jurassic World. Hate them. Hello, goddamn, I'm ugly. I'm doing okay. How are you? To make sure there's quite a lot of open space here for folks. Plenty of space here, considering this is like this is where all the workforce comes and goes. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. Jacob the Goose, you're able to make one crime legal. What is it? Drug use, actually. Or at least certain drugs. I certainly think cannabis should be legalized everywhere because there's just more positive side effects to it than negative. And personally, I believe that if it's your body, you have the right to do with it what you like. If you want to do drugs, that's your freedom to do so. It's your body. You just have to accept the consequences of doing that. If you get into a car while you're dosed up on cocaine and kill somebody, then you've murdered them. And you suffer the consequences of that. But yeah, I mean, generally, I think as a society, we need to be more accepting of people doing what they want with their own bodies anyway. Like, I'm a big proponent that, assisted suicide should be legal. Okay, I kind of want this to just be like a... special area. But don't go all the way down. No, that's not gonna work. In all honesty, I'd make not paying taxes legal. That's a bit of a strange one. Something I would definitely agree with you there. However, the problem drugs cause when used is the harm it does to others. Yeah, but you can say the same about alcohol, and that's legalized. So, if you're going to legalize alcohol, which is responsible for far more many deaths, then you should legalize drugs because the effects are exactly the same. Or I think I think there's certainly a case that some drugs, cocaine, it should definitely not be on there. But you know, cannabis is more beneficial than harmful, so I definitely think that cannabis should be legalized. Quite like the idea of this big area being a statue park. Like having lots of the statues here. Maybe of the new animal, like all the aquatic animals in the park, just like have a statue of them all here. I quite like that idea. Do you want to just be a little more decorative over here with the edge of this food place? I feel like this gap in the middle is calling out for like a tree or something. Like, how about... Hey, it might be a bit tall, but if we maybe bring it down a bit, so it's like naturally shading the two. You know, I like that. Hang on, if we rotate it slightly, so we've got a bit of coverage on maybe both sides. Yeah, like that. I really like that. I think that works. I think the government, CIA, FBI, and many other agencies are watching you. Well, if they want to, fine, but I'm entitled to my view in my house. I mean, there is a big, kind of defending myself, there is a big difference between, you know, having an opinion on what should or shouldn't be legal and actually doing it yourself. Like, I don't partake in any drugs, primarily because I've been there, done that, and my opinion has always been that they don't really affect me very much. So I don't see the need for them. I mean, I don't smoke either. I used to vape for a long time, but I quit. I mean, I still occasionally will partake in someone else's vape if they offer it, like Fallout. But I don't do it myself. I quite like the idea of a couple of small bushes. Quite like the idea of a couple of big shrubs sank into the ground here. Maybe this one a little taller. Nice. Some flowers. We need some flowers here. I think that's pretty decent. Oh, maybe... a few pterosaurs flying around, and if we grab one of the lights, let's see, have it there. Might need to aim it upwards slightly. Well, actually, I think that works where it is. Let's see, color. Ooh. Okay, that works. Maybe just rotate it slightly and aim it upwards slightly. Yeah, that's better. That looks sweet, I think. Nice little flower arrangement. I have an AT-AT in my backyard. I love the AT-AT. It's such a cool thing. My friend used to call it a cow on steroids. Remember not to run out of piece count like the first Lagoon Park. Yes, true, 42. I do need to be careful about that. I think the problem with the first Lagoon Park is that it was built on expanded maps mod, which does generally seem to have quite a lot of problem with the piece count issue, and also saved games. Like, too many saved games cuts your piece count as well. So, but yeah, I'm going to be careful. Name 3 farming equipment that no one uses anymore. Probably a... slaves? I mean... that's a very British answer. Bro knew what he was saying. It was the first thing my mind went to. It's not wrong. I'm not wrong. They are not used anymore. It's true. No, the British answer would be Indian workers. Yeah. Obviously, I don't condone any of what Britain did to the wider world when we had our empire. I don't necessarily agree that we're the ones that are being sort of perpetually blamed for it. I think a lot of people do forget that slavery existed before Britain, and we were the first to ban it. It took other countries a lot longer to get round to that. But we in Britain seem to have the sort of the worst history for it, which I don't think is entirely fair. It is what it is. Nice. Good. Just smoothing out some of these sides because they do look a little strange when they're quite steep like that. That's a little bit more realistic. So obviously, if this is going to be for the nothosaurs and the styxosaurs, we're going to have to decide where people are going to be sort of entering this zone from. I mean, that is a good point, Gojira. Like, we're all still sort of slaves to capitalism in a way, which is a completely different problem. So where should we have the paths enter? You know, I suppose the first thing to decide is where we'd actually have the lagoons. So I want to try and make sure we have 3 lagoons in here. So, and we obviously want one of the lagoons to be viewable from this. So, 1, 2, 3. Not quite. How about 1, 2, 3? That's a bit nicer for over here. I mean, we could get away with having a 4th. Let's do 4. And then let's just make use of Kyodenix's new roughage tool. Let's actually do that the other way. Let's raise the terrain a bit first. Aye, happy with that? It's not going to be a Mosa Kajira. We're going to have Nothosaurus and Styxo in here, so... Oh, blimey, we are 5 minutes past 11. I didn't realise. Okay, well, this is a natural stopping time then before I get to developing the Nothosaurus exhibit. But I think we got quite a bit of work done. We got, like, the beginning of the park done, and we made our brilliant Dunkleosteus exhibit. Oh dear, they're having a bit of a... Wait, I saw you two having a fight, Chunkleosteus and Dunk Truck. Having a fight. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, we got quite a lot bit. Will you 1v1 me in Team Fortress 2? No. My Team Fortress 2 days are long behind me, I'm afraid, something. But yeah, I think we got some good work done. I'm going to take some screenshots of stuff for the Twitter and for community posting, but I think we got some good stuff made here. And some nice skins picked. Hello, Floppy. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. It's been, again, another very active chat. Thank you very much indeed. Next week, there will be a standard video, and I might do a stream on the Wednesday. Haven't decided yet. I'll decide what to do on Monday. Next week's video might be the walk around of the Natural History Museum of London, which I said I would do for you folks. So, yeah, keep a lookout for that. But for now, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a good rest of the day. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't already done it. Until then, and until next week, stay safe and goodbye, everybody.